I'll give you a CHIDUSH about this topic. Just like we have the coronavirus, corona is now also another name for the male member, part of the male member, which leads me to believe that it's not a happenstance, because the goyim, they have no problem with promiscuity or even bestiality and homosexuality, which is usually where most diseases start from. Promiscuity, homosexuality, bestiality, all of them come from immorality. It's not a happenstance that coronavirus is called that. Hashem made somebody decide to call that because it has to do with that. It's not because they eat bats, like people think. They've been eating bats for a long time. Nothing ever happened before. It's because they did something that Hashem got fed up with. Now also, if you noticed, one of the tools of the Satan to make people remain promiscuous without worrying about bringing any children to the world is by using what they call protection. They don't realize that eventually it's going to be prosecution, not protection. But they use condoms. And the most popular condom company in the world is what? Trojan. What's the picture of the Trojan? It's a Roman.
Horse.
But on the picture on it, it's not a horse.
No.
Where does Trojan come from? Comes from the Torah. Who's Trojan? One of the Greek gods. One of the Greek gods of promiscuity. One of the Greek gods of filth. One of the idolatries of the Romans. What was his name? Trajan. Trajan instead of Trojan. And Trajan's wife gave birth in Midrash Me'am Loez. Jeremiah says to us, how did this all happen? How did we get to a point where we got punished so badly with the Bet HaMikdash, Nebuchadnezzar, and so on? It says Trajan's wife gave birth on Tisha B'Av when the Jews were seen mourning in public. And one of the reasons why we got this child passed away in Hanukkah, and the Jews kindled Hanukkah lights, when our people's enemies related these events to the emperor's wife, she urged our husband to avenge these acts of disrespect. And he set out a ship planning to reach Eretz Yisrael in 10 days, and he arrived in 5. So in the war, part of the war is that Am Yisrael was sinning against Hashem, but they thought that everything was okay because they still kept the biblical holiday, Hanukkah. But when the emperor's wife saw that they're celebrating when her son just died, she told her husband, no, look what they're doing. He sent his soldiers to start killing, and instead of him arriving in 10 days, he arrived in 5, which means he saw them partying while his son is dead. But also the Gemara says that Trajan is not just a emperor, but he was named actually after the god, the Roman god of promiscuity and so on, fertility and other things. Now, this Trojan in the Greek god or the emperor, his expertise was killing children. And you see here that Trojan of today, same thing, expertise to kill children. You think it was a happenstance? You think it was a happenstance that Trojan and Trajan? No. I'm going to give you my CHIDUSH. Until now, I just read you the Midrash. What's my CHIDUSH? When you write Trojan, Trojan, right? Trajan is Tra. So what's the difference? One has an O, one has an A. Rest of it is the same. The letter A that you write, when it's not the first, not capitalized, it's in the middle of the word. How do you write it? It's a little circle with a line next to it. What does that look like? Also, if you switch it this way, sperm. Seed. That's what it looks like. What's the difference? Seed. So, it looks like an upside down or a sideways turned seed. So we see that Hashem gives people specific ideas to name things, to go to places, to do certain things, not for no reason. Everything has a reason. Everything is named for a reason. Hashem doesn't have anything that's beyond His control. Everything is within His control. Everything. Now, the only thing that we can decide is whether we're going to listen to Him or not. Once we decide to listen to Him, He manipulates and maneuvers the world in order to fit that decision of you doing what He wants. When we decide to do things that are against Him, He now remaneuvers the world and reshapes the world into a place where, when we go against Him. When a person does complete tshuva for wasting seed, he is allowing Hashem to do what Hashem wants, which is to remaneuver and manipulate the world in a good way to give you all the good that He's wanted to give you for 3,000 years. In essence, every single day that you protect your brit, every single day you protect your eyes, every single day that you do tshuva, you are doing Hashem the greatest thing you possibly can be doing for Him, which is you are allowing Him to give you good. And He changes nature and manipulates nature all over again just for you. Because you stayed strong for another day. You stayed strong another day. You didn't go with your boyfriend. You didn't go with your girlfriend. You didn't go with yourself. You stayed strong for another day. That's a big deal. Hashem changes the world all over again just for you. If a person really thinks about it, that's enough of a reason to do tshuva. It's enough of a reason to do tshuva. That's what you want. You want Hashem to give you good. If a person doesn't do tshuva, Shem Yachem, it's not a good decision, not in this world, not the next. Honesty helped countless people get closer to Hashem, because for the first time in their life, they heard honesty that's brutal, but is effective.